Hello, I'm Dave Walters of DW Windows. Make a little video just to try and make sense or heads or tails of the FENSA regulations. So what are FENSA regulations? It was brought in April 2002 and it's designed to ensure that double glazing companies like ourselves are fitting windows to current building regulations standards. What that means is if you use us for window installation, we'll register the job with FENSA. We're authorised to be able to self-certify in a way that the job has been done correctly. And once the job is registered with FENSA, they may contact you to arrange to come and check the installation over after the installation has been finished, or sometimes they'll come and visit us during the installation to check that the fitters are doing the job correctly, or they may just send you a certificate, and that all happens within 30 days. So what I want to talk to you today about more is document K, which is protection from falling and impact with windows and doors. Document K is split into two sections, K2 and K4. Firstly, K2, it's about protection from falling from and collision with windows and doors. Okay, falling. It relates to falls of 600 millimeters or more, and it relates to opening windows lower than 800 millimeters from the finished floor level, FFL. So what that means is if you've got a window opening lower than within 800 millimeters of the floor, and there's a danger that you could fall out of that, and the fall to the floor on the outside is more than 600 millimeters or 2 feet, then we need to do something to make that situation safer. Okay, and collision relates to colliding with an opening window mainly. So therefore, if a window opens too far and it's within 800 millimeters of the floor level, then there's a potential for a passerby to walk into that open window and get injured. So best advice is to fit a restrictor to opening windows below 800 millimeters from the finished floor level, and we would do that as standard. But there's a bit of a grey area with this, and as long as we're not making the situation any worse, and this only applies to K2, not K4, this is just K2, if we're not making that situation any worse, we can replace like for like. So what that means is if the old window hasn't got a restrictor on, then we wouldn't have to put a restrictor on the new window. But on the other hand, if we're changing the design of the window, adding an opener at the bottom, or the old window has got a restrictor on, then it is best advised to put a restrictor on the new window. So yeah, K4, this is the main one. This is more about protection against impact with the glass itself, with the glazing. So any glass within 800 millimeters of the finished floor level, or within 300 millimeters of a door, has to be safety glass. So, but that does include high level glass, top lights and that mainly, above 1500 millimeters. And I'll explain that a little bit more in the diagrams I've got at the bottom. So what is toughened glass? What is safety glass? It can either be toughened glass, laminated glass, or wired glass, and what it's designed to do, the toughened glass is designed to shatter into tiny little pieces if somebody did manage to collide with it and break it, rather than getting cut to shreds with shards of glass. Wired glass and laminated glass is a lot tougher to break, but if it does, it locks together and it doesn't break into shards, so that's where you get the safety from those two options. Critical locations, as I mentioned earlier, the 800 millimeter dimension and the 300 millimeter dimension, I've put it on this diagram here. So basically any glass within 800 millimeters, which is all this low level glass, has to be toughened. Any glass within 300 millimeters of the door has to be toughened, but that doesn't apply to any glass above the door, i.e. that top light there. Although it's within 300 millimeters of the door, it's above 1500 millimeters, so it doesn't apply to that. And this pane here, the whole of that pane has to be toughened or safety glass, because part of it is within 300 millimeters of the door. So you can't actually toughen part of a glass unit, you have to toughen the whole of that glass unit. Okay, a couple of other areas where people get confused. On stairs, the dimension is the same, 800 millimeters, but it's measured directly down. So if that side of the window is a metre from that step, but this dimension here is a lot less than that because the stairs are rising, then if any part of that glass is within 800 millimeters of the surface of a step at a right angle downwards, then the whole of that glass unit would have to be toughened or safety glass. And the other areas in bathrooms, you don't always have to have safety glass in bathrooms. The same rule applies, the 800 millimeters from the finished floor level. And in this case, the finished floor level will be classed as the actual bottom of the bath where you would stand. So on here, the 800 millimeters from the bottom of the bath is coming halfway through that glass unit there, so the whole of that bottom glass unit would have to be safety glass. The top one wouldn't, as it's above 1500 millimeters, and it's also out of the 800 millimeter danger area. And that window there, because all of it's above 800 millimeters, none of that glass would have to be safety glass. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. If you need any more information, you can contact us at www.dwwindows.co.uk on the internet, or you can give us a call. We've got a free phone number, which is 0800 999 0909. So thanks for listening, and I'll get back to you soon with some more valuable information. Thank you, bye.